Hey, everybody.
Hello.
So, we're going to read a couple. I'm going to have Elle read a document to you guys. I probably should learn how to share my screen better, but it has to do with the affidavit from the lady in Florida that worked at the election office. So, go ahead and read that, Elle.
Okay. This is an affidavit that was published on our Q line. It is from a Chelsea Marie Smith. I'm reading this for the first time as well, so bear with me. My name is Chelsea Marie Smith. I am over the age of 18. I am of sound mind, personal knowledge of the facts contained in this document. I was employed through a temporary employment agency and was working at the Broward County Supervisor of Elections, hereafter quoted as SOE, main office in Lauderdale. My duties included clerical work as well as delivering various items as needed through the office. My regular hours were from 8 a.m. until approximately 9 p.m., depending on need. As an employee, I regularly clocked in and out of work as required. As part of my regular duties, I frequently handled absentee ballots, including time registering new voter residences and sorting and delivering ballots to various sections of SOE headquarters. One of my supervisors, Dozelle Spencer, had reviewed the various documents with me as part of my training. As such, I'm very familiar with the appearance of, hold on, let me get down here and turn the page. Okay, why won't it slide down? All right. Bu- 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 I'm having trouble getting there. I was instructed on 10/31/16 at about 8:30 p.m. by my supervisor, Carol Shipman, to carry a stack of absentee ballot request forms to another room in this building, referred to as the Pitney Bowes room. I had never previously been asked to go there. When I got to the Pitney Bowes room, I found that the entrance door was locked. A security number to gain entrance was needed. I was never provided with that security number, but could not enter on my own. The door has a long, thin window which was uncovered. Knocking several times, the people inside were too busy to notice me. Through the door, I could clearly see 4 SOE employees sitting at a table with stacks of documents doing something. Eventually, one of the employees opened the door, took the ballots from me, and closed the door. I was not let into the room, and the employees seemed rushed. From the door window, I was unable to determine what documents were on the table. I then returned to my regular workplace. I was then asked to deliver another stack of absentee ballot request forms to the same room. Once again, the employees initially ignored my knocking. Looked through the door window and could clearly see 4 SOE employees sitting at a table. Each person's had a stack of documents stuck to them to one side, another stack on the other side. They were all writing something on each document. Eventually, an employee opened the door for me, and it was in a very hurried pace, allowed me in the room, and told me to place my ballots on a different table. Once in the room, I could see the 4 SOE employees sitting at the same table, actively filling out election ballots. Each one had a stack of blank ballots to the right of them, about an inch high, and a stack of completed ballots to their left. There were perhaps a dozen in each completed stack. I could see that the bubbles on the right stack had not been filled in, while the bubbles on the left stack had been blackened. I also could see the employees filling in the bubbles as they moved the ballots from the right to the left. I witnessed this activity for over a minute. Okay, now let me turn this page. All right, if I can turn the page. Okay. I could see that the SOE employees were using the same black pen, white body with a black cap, and the SOE supplies to voters at the polling sites. I was then told to leave the room by one of the employees at the table. I completed other duties in another section of the building, and I left about 30 minutes later. When I arrived home, I told my mother, Michelle Castellanos, what I had seen, I was initially frightened to report this activity to anyone at the SOE for fear of retaliation. The following day, I reported for work at the same time at 9 a.m., performing my regular duties, and took my lunch break at the regular time. When I returned from lunch at 12:30, I was met by a uniformed security guard at the SOE entrance and told that I had been terminated and was forced to immediately turn over my SOE credentials. I was warned that I was no longer welcome in the SOE building and that I should never return. I was given no explanation for this action. I was able to determine the identity of one of the SOE employees using the Facebook site for the SOE office. The employee was Mary Hall. I recognized Ms. Hall from a group picture of some SOE employees, which is posted on the SOE Facebook page. I'd also seen photographs of Mary Hall with her name on the walls in the SOE building. Finally, Mary Hall's Facebook page lists her employment with the SOE office. Thus, I can say that I saw Mary Hall and SOE employees sitting at the table in the Pitney Bowes room, actively completing ballots with an SOE pen and placing them into a stack. Mary Hall was also the employee who told me to leave the room. I am executing this affidavit freely and voluntarily. I have not been pressured or enticed in any manner to provide this testimony. I am willing to fully cooperate with law enforcement in the investigation and prosecution of this matter. Further affieth saith not. Signed, Chelsea Smith. She left out her middle name, although it is in print beneath her signature, and it's affidized in the state of Florida, county of Broward. Before me, the undersigned authority personally appeared Chelsea Marie Smith, who is personally known to me or have displayed the following verification, and who, after being duly sworn, deposes and says that under penalty of perjury, the above listed facts are true and correct, sworn to and subscribed before me, the notary, this 3rd day of November 2016, and then has the notary seal and stamp.
So that's a little bit eye-opening, isn't it? So they don't have any Republicans in there. And they said that those were provisional ballots that the military or people didn't fill out properly. Now, I don't know what the laws are in Florida, but I do know if your ballots aren't filled in properly where I live, they don't count. So, you know, Florida is out of control. That I think they cheated all the way down the line. I really do. You know, they keep finding these ballots everywhere, but they're always Democrat ballots. You guys ever notice that?
Yeah.
It's sad. It really is sad that they're doing it. And like you got fires in California. Ow.
What?
You got fires in California. It's always like, look here, don't look over here, don't watch what's going over here. You know, I could care less about the fires. Actually, I want to know every time something goes on. And what the hell is going on in Broward County? That county has Sheriff Israel. They got that Mr. Hogg dude. It's like infiltrated with all like sort of, it's called deep state little plants. You know, it's bad, and it pisses me off. You know, and then we got the border. The poor president has his hands full, just with voter fraud. You know, and then everybody's like, "Oh, he's making it up." No, he's not making it up, and we all know that they've been doing this for a long time. You know. And I think the thing is like what we need the damn D class and I think the gloves are off. I want to see them go off even more. Do the D class. Just throw all the shit out there. And so what if we have a fight with our country because these other people, they aren't quitting. They're just starting one crazy act after another. You know? It's ridiculous. I don't know how you feel about that, El.
it just boggles the mind. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, I used to think it was like some kind of a conspiracy thing, but then I got smart and realized it's just the nature of the type of people that are attracted by the Democratic Party. I mean, these people will do anything as individuals, so why not do anything as supposed liberal Democrats who are loyal to the Democratic Party? They'll cheat, lie, steal, anything.
They will. It's a shame. And then we got I heard that, I mean, on top of that, there's a map, and I wish I could show it. I just don't want to screw my stream up. I'll get better, because for the last few months before the other channel got taken down, Elle was running the show, and so I sort of let her.
Echoing.
Oh, am I? Elle was running the show before, and so now I'm trying to run the show, and I may not be as good as her, but it's okay. I'll get good. But there is a map, and you can overlay all the illegal towns and where they have the mass amount of legal immigrants over the vote, and that whole thing matches up with everything that the Democrats won. And they were encouraging the illegals to vote, and I think that's part of why we have the caravan gonna come and everybody else. Uh-oh. Did that idiot really come into the stream? Yep. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bye-bye, Mr. Tread.
Whoa.
I'm not going to say anything, but anyway, that the whole problem with the illegals and I'm going to not say the caravan, because caravan's a bad word. It's an invasion. It is an invasion.
Yep.
And anybody that says it's not an invasion, I think that there's way more people waiting, and they're going to like try to all come over at one time and do this mass thing and try to overwhelm the people, and it'll be across the border. And I think there's other people sitting there waiting for these other ones to catch up. There's also people that came in from, or they're starting caravans in Venezuela, they're starting caravans in Brazil, Colombia. These are our outstanding citizens that we want to welcome to our country. Right.
Yeah, I think that part of it, I think that is being orchestrated. Getting all these people to try to approach the United States and invade us. That is being orchestrated, and I wouldn't doubt that Soros money is behind that.
Well, they said it is. They said that he gave these guys, they all got Visa cards. He had made some deal with Visa. So even our own damn credit card company's helping. When's it gonna? Somebody needs to, Soros
this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, he needs to have a bad fall like Ruth did.
Yes, a worse fall than that.
With several nationalities, like they did in Germany. Yep. So we were sort of saying that it's about. I'm not going to say I'm racist. I just say can only take so much, and the taxpayers can only take so much. And when you get towards retirement, you're looking at a fixed income. And if that fixed income is taken to 70 or 80%, you can't survive, even 50%.
Right. Well, they're following the Cloward-Piven rule of, destroying our economy through the welfare system by overloading it. That's why they're pushing all these people here, that and for the voting.
Yeah, and Ron Ray says they have tanks and armored personnel carriers, and they do. Hey, Sid Marie, long time no see. They also have LRADs and MADs down there. Some people got some pictures of one of the MADs one, and that's down by Tijuana. And if it's in Tijuana and we expect them in Texas, there's something else going on we can't pinpoint our finger at. But, I agree with you. It's the Socialist State by Sal Alinsky. And these people are so dumb, they don't realize that socialism don't work. You know, it doesn't work. And, you know, these kids are like, oh, I understand how the kids think, because they're all socialists because it isn't their money. When it turns into their money, you know, it'd be like, hey, you won the lottery. Here's $1 million. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to take $999,000 or, you know, of your million. And then maybe they'll wait. Oh, wait, you can't do that. That's my money. No, it's everybody's money. And until they earn a living, they won't, you know, they won't understand it. And it all ties in, guys. The voting, the invasion, you know, and the constant attack. They attack the military guys. They're over there trying to protect ranches. These LRADs and MADs are like sonic vehicles. That MAD's vehicle actually works off a microwave, and it will make you feel like your skin's on fire. And then the LRAD is more sound deafening. And so if those two things get used, you know, they'll have, let's see, who will be down there? CNN, MSNBC. Oh, look what they're doing to these poor invaders. You know? I get amped up about it.
Well, I think they had to go this route. I think they have to push it and continue pushing it simply because they've exposed themselves now. Everybody knows, or at least anybody who's paying attention knows, that there's something decidedly wrong and that all this stuff is happening all at the same time. That's not coincidence, and that's not conspiracy.
No, it isn't. You know, and the fires, like I said, the fires are supposed to keep your attention off all this voting shit. And if the fires get under control, there'll be some other tragic event that happens. The sound ray has a 3-second auto cutout. I don't know much about these vehicles and stuff, but I did see some pictures, and you can watch them on YouTube. They're pretty interesting. But another thing that caught my attention, I like to watch a lot of the stuff, is all these tanks that have been moving lately. Trains of tanks down in Arizona, Montana, and Houston. So many tanks. I was like, what the hell do we need the tanks for? That sort of, in a way, that's sort of scary. Why do I need tanks at the border? I don't know. You know?
Well, obviously, they've gotten some kind of inside information on this. They have got to be aware of what's coming, and there's probably more coming than what we know. That's why all this military movement's going on. And remember, there's that bunch of ships down there sitting off the Central American coast, too.
Damn, we even got Archie Bunker and Sin. Oh, wow. I got to feel Tony's here. Oh, boy. But, yeah, so it's all connected. You know, the voter fraud, this invasion, the fires, it's all, the shootings, it's all connected. You know?
It has to be. It has to be.
25K walking Mexico. I think there's more than that, Auntie J. Here's another thing, very interesting. Why did they offer 1 million people in Mexico work visas when they don't have 1 million friggin' jobs? So to me, why are you trying to? So it's like they're trying to just get 1 million people there, and then all of a sudden they're not going to have any jobs, and then it'll be a big push. How do you stop 1 million people? You can't stop 1 million people.
Yeah, and of course, as soon as one shot rings out, the left is going to scream, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, and you know they're going to be right there because it's all planned. They know exactly what's going to happen. Or they think they can just overdo it and If you don't think both sides are not in on it, then I don't know what to say. Well,
Right.
both sides. It could be, because there's a lot of bad people on both sides. I'll agree with that. I don't think Trump wants us to be invaded. At least, God, I hope not. You know, he's the only one with enough balls to say anything about it. And then as long as the MSM is not on his side, I'm going to say he's not part of it.
Right. Right.
Because anything that man says or do becomes their headline news, because they ain't got nothing else. They don't want to tell us the truth.
Right.
They do not. It's like, we will invade Mexico before that happens. You think so, Super Squid? I know we have ships out in Venezuela, and there's a whole bunch of ships that came into the Pacific over here that I had seen recently. So something's happening. I'm not, like I said, why we don't know why. We have to go on YouTube to find out any real truth. That's the bad part about all of this. It's like they don't tell us what the hell's going on, and we got to see it, or we're going to have to endure it.
Mm-hmm. There's so many people that are still asleep, though. I was shocked by how many people are still asleep and not paying attention.
Oh, it is. I think we are in a war that we don't even realize we're in right. And I'm not going to say, you know, nothing bad's going to happen. There's so much shit going on. It makes me wonder, and I'm going to say I'm not a paranoid person, but when you see all these different things, it's a little scary, a little frightening.
Yes, it is, and it's getting worse by the week. It just boggles the mind. I mean, we have no free press anymore. The media is totally all on the left. I mean, that's not a free press. That's a propaganda mill.
Yep. China's putting a launch platform in the Atlantic. Yep. I know that's true. I also noticed that Russia made a deal to build tanks and other armored vehicles in Mexico. So it's like, why? And Mexico give them, like tax-free to build it there. Why would Russia need to build tanks in Mexico? I don't know.
So they're handy. So they're handy when the invasion keeps going.
I don't know. It's, I don't know. It's like there's no coincidences, and we know that there is a deep state, and I think that thing is so deep, and it's almost like you can't get to them.
Yeah, well, it's global. That's why. I mean, it's not just the deep state of the United States. It's the global deep state.
Next up is collapse the dollar and fled the country of people. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it could be. It's right. I wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have a currency reset. I wouldn't. I think that, they're gathering people there because they want to change the demographics, because they can't get away with cheating, because we're going to end up with voter ID.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it's going to end up with.
It's about time.
Yep. Yeah, ammunition depot. Yep. As long as you got enough ammo, but it's like, I don't know. I don't want to be I don't know if I want to be around when just massive chaos is here.
Right.
I mean, it's not even enjoyable to think about it. No, it isn't.
We are in dark times and dire times.
Well, it just, the deep state is very deep. That's all I'm gonna say. And I don't like this immigrant. I don't like the fake news doing it. I don't like all the shit going on. They're trying to change the votes in the Senate. That's what they're doing, because they got their house. But now they want to change it because they know without the Senate, They don't control anything. They can't get away with
Right.
anything. If they steal the Senate, it's over. We're done. Put a fork in us.
Yeah.
You know? And then the patriot people, the hardcore people are going to go off. It's not cool.
Well, we still got a lot of people to wake up. I mean, that's part of our problem. We have yet to reach enough people that this shit stops. I mean, whether it's because they're mentally not stable, whether it's because there's too many people still asleep, like my stupid cousin, or what it is, but we need to wake more people up. This is not good.
Yep, and congratulations, Archie and Sin. So I guess the Archie's stream ended up leading to marriage.
Whoa.
With his ships and his boats. So
Whoa.
Congratulations, you two.
Yes. Dun, dun, da, da.
There you go. Oh, God. That's funny. Congratulations, you guys. What else we gonna talk about? Let's talk about the socialist in Georgia. That chick's trying to steal too.
Yeah.
You know?
Abrams.
And then you got the one in Florida. They want to take over, so that's what they do. And then you look, there's so many people, there's so many seats that aren't even challenged. There's nobody challenging them for these seats. So they take over your city. You know, they get the school board, and they get the city, then they get the government. And I heard that the new governor of California is related to Pelosi somehow.
Oh, Lord. That's all we need.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. In those people, there's a bunch of them there that there was another article that they're all under, what does she have? Alzheimer's?
Yep.
Oh. And stuff. So they're getting all this medication from the congressional doctors for Alzheimer's, and there's another one. Come on, help me think about it. What's the other disease old people get?
Dementia.
Yep. So dementia and Alzheimer's, they're all taking medication for that. You know, they got to have an earpiece and to talk because they don't know what the hell they're saying half the time. You see Nancy Pelosi out half the time, she makes no sense, and neither does Maxine. Then they go off script, and you can hear people in the background. No, say it's not so. No, you didn't do that. You know, it's ridiculous. Yep, and
Ginsburg's fractured rib. Yeah. Michael Gonzalez wants to talk about the fractured ribs.
Yeah, and she looked half dead. There was someone, TMZ had a video of Ginsburg. How did she fall? I hope someone kicked her right in the ass and she fell over. But,
yeah,
you know, she broke some ribs and was put in there. And she's like a relic almost. You know, she's a relic. She's like a prehistoric dinosaur bone. And she wants to stay in there. 3 ribs, yep. And I seen them when they were taking her from the hospital. They released her out of the hospital and stuff. And then they put her in the van. She looked like she was dead. She's all hunched over, you know. Like, dang. It's just like pretzel woman. She's going to turn into a pretzel woman. Like when I had surgery one time at the hospital, they took me out. And I talked the nurse into taking me outside so I could smoke a cigarette. And she made me promise not to tell my doctor. So that's fine. So I found out she smoked too. So it's a good thing to take you out so you could smoke. So we were coming back in from the smoke. And all of a sudden she seen my doctor. And she just shoved me into any room. I didn't know whose room this was. But there was a pretzel man. So he was all balled up in a pretzel. And I was facing right out. I couldn't go anywhere because my wheelchair was locked from the back. So that's what Ginsburg's going to turn into, is this balled up pretzel lady. You know? And so you don't know where their face is. Is their face below their legs or whatever? She's going to turn into a pretzel lady.
Oh, my God. Well, thank God we've got the Supreme Court moving in the right direction, but we've got to stop this invasion, or it won't matter what direction. They'll just take out the Supreme Court, or they'll fill the Supreme Court with 21 judges, the majority of which will be liberals, of course.
Of course.
Yep. Holy cow.
It's for 20. Everybody needs one, especially if they're close to fault lines. Yeah, Vicky, I live right in the Cascadia zone. So you always have to have a bug out bag or something at least. So we got stuff to protect us and a plan to get out. But if you don't get out, oh well. Maybe it'll wash me over to Dick's house on the other side of the hill. The SCOTUS in good position. They're either, well, I don't know. Heck, they sure tried hard to keep Kavanaugh out of there, so I don't know. I just want somebody to defend the Constitution. I don't care who they are.
Yeah, it just boggles the mind as far left as the left has gone. I mean, it's so obvious what they're up to.
Hey, Jeremy, Jeremy's in the subduction central too. So Jeremy may be swimming to my house, or I may be swimming to Jeremy's house. Depends on what way the tide goes.
Right.
You know. But that's a good idea, Vicky. I actually last year I gave first aid kits to a lot of my friends. I thought it was a good gift. So this year, I think a good gift would be giving them a Red Cross thing with, like 3 or 4 days worth of food in it.
Right.
The little Red Cross bags are pretty cool. They have like a bunch of water, enough for 4 days, and some other stuff. A non-sinkable boat, Dick. You're not gonna have a time for no boat.
Really? Oh.
I don't think there's a boat that isn't non-sinkable unless you're on one of those polar icebreakers, and even those can sink.
Yeah, they can go down. Well, the next thing we need to talk about is the stuff that's going on with Google, Facebook, Twitter, and them taking out every way and in any way that the right can communicate with each other and spread the word. So that's our next worry, is we're going to soon all be down the tubes.
Well, yeah, we already are being censored. I got the other channel taken out for no reason. This one might not be far behind it. They don't like if you question them. We're not supposed to question anything, and you're not supposed to use your head. You're supposed to listen to what they say, and it's like research, and you can't trust Google for research.
No. Yeah, when you try to Google anything that's positive to the right, it's like the 33rd thing down the line. It's not the first, 10 things that you see on the Google.
Yeah, that's true. Who's telling me to look for non-sinkable boats? I don't know, man. I got to get rid of some of my motorcycles first. Got too many of them. My garage is filled. Yeah, and it is. It's just like question stuff, do research. You can't, and that's the problem. People, and especially the older people. I got mad at my dad. He'd be saying, "Oh," and I say, "Hey, quit. What are you watching?" "Oh, CNN." I said, "There's your first mistake."
Yeah, really.
See, well, the newspaper, there's your second mistake. Yeah, and you're right about free speech as long as you agree with them. It's like, Dad, quit watching that. Of course, he doesn't know how to use a computer, and neither does my husband. He just knows how to play card games. My dad's 95, so it's sad. It is sad.
Right. Yeah.
And I think this voter fraud was in 52 states. That Maxine Waters was behind the polls with that Omar guy. And as soon as they even started doing results, she was like 97,000 to 20,000. And that totally skewed the polls.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and then when you don't have Republicans in there watching them do the counts and they're locking themselves in offices and going through ballots, or they find all these ballots. So they found ballots in the same post office that they supposedly found those phony bombs at.
Right.
It just, I'm telling you guys, it just don't make sense. It makes me question everything, and it pisses you off because you thought our vote counts, and our vote does count. When they get the count, then they change the count. That's what I'm convinced of.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anytime it gets to the point where things aren't going their way, it's amazing how many people out there just take it upon themselves to tip the scales.
And it's not everybody, guys. But these guys have been good, and they've been doing it for a long time. That they have to put the people in place, and they've done a lot of hard work to screw over the American people. Congratulations, Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they don't care about me, you, or anybody. They only care about their self.
Yep.
Yep. I gotta put my flag on. They just
put your flag on, baby.
Yeah, they just care about their self. They don't care about me or you. They want power to screw us over.
Right. Or take us down. I still haven't decided which way it is they want to go. Do they just want power, or do they want to destroy America, or both?
Well, they want to take America down, but America feeds most of the world. So no matter what they want, they're going to have to keep it in some sort of, you know, it'll be hand-to-hand comment. They still want all the farming rights, on all that. They want to own us. Yep.
Yep. So true.
Notable people from Broward County. These are a list of people who have either been involved in a mass shooting, terrorist. Yep. On the other, you won't believe the list. I seen that list, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
They have their ruling families, and they want so many slaves. The rest not selected will be disposed of. Well, I don't necessarily believe that, because they're not going to get a bunch of these companies to buy into that. And so what? It's like, oh, we're going to have our own 500 people for the whole world. And then we're going to have to, clone to get them to do what we want? I don't know. I think there are ways from that. I hope I'm not around, because I'm not going to go down lightly. I know that. There's a Fort Lauderdale now.
Oh, gosh.
They want a 500 million population. Well, you know, here's the thing. If you look at most of the Asian and India and Africa and a bunch of these, and South America, they're overpopulated way more than the United States. We're not overpopulated.
Yes, but we have that disgusting habit of wanting freedom. That's our problem.
Right.
They know they can control the rest of the world, so it's the United States population of right-wing, right-thinking Americans they want to get rid of. So,
well, if it comes to that, I hope it'll be like Soylent Green, when the old guy gets to go into the room on the thing and they give you a shot and you get to watch all the flowers and stuff on the screen. You know? And I can go that way instead of having to go a different way. I mean, if you're going to take us out a nice way, you know? Have it speed. I'm not going to say that. Broward County had hanging chads at 2000, and the school board conspired to prosecute any criminals leading this. Well, I don't even know what to think about all these shootings. I think the country needs to be remade, the greatest nation on earth. Yep. All about us being arrogant. I don't like that SOB. I don't even like saying his name. He was the worst president we've ever had.
Yes, he was.
And right behind him was George Bush. You know.
Well, both parties, I mean, were heading in that direction. I mean, the Republicans were totally ignoring all this stuff because this just didn't happen yesterday. This has been building. And I hate to say it, but the Republicans of the past were ignoring it. They just let it go on and on and on.
Yep. It won't stop. It won't stop. Just telling you, they ain't going to stop until they do it. And we've got most of the rhinos gone.
Right.
We have a new party, and I wish they wouldn't call us Republicans. I'd be like to call the Freedom Party, which is really what we are. Because I don't agree with hard this or hard that. I'm sort of in the middle. You can be a liberal, just don't tell me what to do. You know, you can be a Democrat, just don't tell me what to do.
Right. And that's one of their favorite things, is telling other people what to do and think and feel. And
right. Then the indictments are probably for patriots and military. No, or I don't think so.
Oh, no. No, I can't imagine that.
No. Nope. Because most of them are in the last 2 years. I don't believe that. And I'll tell you what, if it does come to that, it's not going to be funny, but they're going to get their asses whooped. If those pansies, little skinny jeans, and all that, I'm telling you, they're going to get their asses beat. They will get their asses beat. So let's hope it doesn't come to that. I'm more worried about the border breach, and hope that the voter fraud gets figured out, because it's going to discourage a lot of us. I'm already discouraged watching, and if they let it happen, I'm going to be pissed off. If they let them get away with it and they steal the Senate, well, we're all going to be pissed off, and who knows what the hell is going to.
Right. Well, we know, we knew, let me rephrase that. We knew that this election was not going to end things. Even if we had taken both houses, they would have continued going on, and they will continue going on until people start getting thrown in jail.
Oh, the map. Check this map out. There's the map. So that map there shows you where all the undocumented people are. And then the other map is sort of showing you where the reds are. Now look at that country. Boy, look up here in Washington. That's sad, but look at California. And you know, they took the very populated areas. Poor Houston down in El Paso. And Houston is gone. Look at Florida, for crying out loud. And then look up the East Coast.
Look at Ohio. That doesn't have nearly enough blue dot showing. Because I went into Walmart's the other day. I forget what I was in there for. But it was like I was at the UN. I didn't see another white person. They were either in hijabs, or they were speaking Spanish, or I didn't hear English. I didn't see English. I didn't see any whites. It was weird.
Yep. And we went to Winco yesterday, and oh my God, don't go to Winco on Saturday. They were bringing their whole clans in there. They're like breeders. That's what I call them, the breeders. It's just like, dang, man, they're spitting them out faster than, as soon as they spit one out, they're looping up for the next one. You know? But the map says it all. It's like, oh, where's the safe place? They don't like Montana too much. They don't like Idaho too much because, you know, it's like, those are the red areas. Stay in the red areas.
You really?
There's not too many of them.
And look what's happening to Texas. Oh my God.
We need to breed more. Who's with me? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I just like, yep. White people, you guys need to get the breeding, damn it.
Yeah, really.
In the good old days of the baby boomers, that's why they called us the baby boomers. And we ain't
Yeah.
booming no more. What happened to us?
Oh.
Yep, world domination. It's like, oh, we all started thinking about. I know as far as I don't have any kids, and my reason was my mom had 7. She told me first time I was born, she said, "You've been a pain in my ass since the day you were born." And I sort of took that and just watched within our own family had struggles just trying to make, to eat, getting powdered milk and, feeding 7 kids is, we were poor. And
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I thought I was going to bring a kid into the world to have to endure what I did, but I probably should have bred.
Breed before it's too late.
Yes, yeah.
Breed now.
Instead, I got a dog and let her have puppies, and she was, I don't know. It's just that was my reasoning. But yeah, a lot of people, or if you were in that baby boomer, a lot of us don't have kids. Some can't have kids, but some of us didn't have kids for the simple reason is I didn't want my kids to face what I went through as a kid.
Well, wasn't the big push, what, 30, 40 years ago or something, world overpopulation, don't have more than 2 kids and blah, blah, blah. Well, they got that taken care of with the whites. Now, now they're bringing in the browns who have got 12 and 14.
Yeah, Tony's over there. He's got, anyway, anybody that has kids, I love kids. I just didn't want to bring them into the world, but maybe now I sort of regret it because at least I had said I made my contribution, But they could have been a millennial, so then that's scary too. But I think if you teach your kids right and teach them respect and stuff and how to earn their way in life, we wouldn't have the same issue. You know what I mean? But I do love kids. Yeah. PG, you're right. They will outbreed.
Jeremy says he's a fertile myrtle. Oh my God. Oh.
Had 8 kids, Vicky. Damn. Vicky was an engineer.
Oh God.
Hey God. I mean, that's what I say. Everybody that has kids, great. Just, make sure they're not libtards, or if they are libtards, at least they don't vote for the Democrats, even though we know they're still in it. I'm getting to a way, if this doesn't get fixed this time, I'm going to be very discouraged, and I might have to go back and be independent. And I think I'm too old to be a breeder now. I can encourage you all to breed.
Yes. Archie, get married, you're married, or get busy, you're married now.
Yeah, you guys start popping them kids out for us.
Yes. Your job, should you choose to accept it, is bounce that bed tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. Build a bunker. That's, well, I'm convinced I'm going to Idaho.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to go. I got to get out of this state because if you just look at the map, Idaho is okay for a while.
Yeah. I'm thinking North Dakota, South Dakota, one of those places.
Karen Blue. 36 hours of labor.
Oh.
No more kids. And your son doesn't want. The world is a mess. That's right, Karen. See that? And then my mom also told me after, she said I was a pain in her ass since the day I was born, that I had brown eyes because I'm full of shit. So do you guys believe me or not? I don't know. Congratulations, Vicky.
Yes, that's great.
Yep.
Tell them not to stop. Keep going.
Yeah, Idaho would be good because there is a lot of fish. There's a lot of fish here too. I don't know. The state is changing, so I'm gonna go to Idaho. That's where I'll retire. But as soon as I retire from work here, and I could do that now, but my dad's still here, and I can't move my dad again. But maybe I'll buy an unsinkable boat. She says, you're lucky that your name was Little Bastard until you were 17. Yeah. Well, my mom called me lots more than that. Like I said, I was a bad kid. So, anyway, guys, we're going to end the show. So, we hope you guys enjoyed it. And I don't know what we'll talk about, but this week is supposed to be very interesting. We may get our D class. And maybe the voting stuff will come to it in one way or another, you know. So
anybody out there who would like to contribute videos to us, we would be grateful for any of you creative folks. If you want to give us a video, we will play it.
Yep, you can leave a comment in there, and you guys like Cody and Harmony, or you guys can leave a link if you're going to stream, so everybody can go there. So anyway, we're going to end. So anyway, love you guys. Take care. And happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Have a great week.